Well, go.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zord Ascension Project Dino Megazord. So here we are, and there it is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front, we have a big old image there of the Megazord's noggin. Zord Ascension Project, Mighty Morphin Dino Megazord. On this side of the box, we have the list of all of our Zords. On this side, we have another nice piece of artwork there of the Megazord. Up top, we have the Zords. On the bottom, we have words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, we have obligatory product shots to set the other things and stuff. And we can remove this nice little slip cover here. And there we get the full colored effect of the Megazord noggin. On the back, you just have the big old symbol right there, and same thing up top, same thing on the bottom. And just to show you the inside of the box, because I think it actually bears showing, we can open this up. Open! It's a nice sturdy box too, nice good quality box. If I can get it open, come on. Oh, there we go. And inside, we actually have like compartments here for all of our Zords. So here's where the Tyrannosaurus sits, and there you have the 4 others. You can see it's really nice and shiny, really cool looking. And then you just remove these, and in these little sleeves here is where all of the Zords and all of the accessories sit. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have our Zords. So yes, this is the first entry in this Zord Ascension project. And yeah, here we have our 5 Zords. We got the Triceratops, the Mastodon, the Saber-toothed tiger, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Pterodactyl. Now, as I was messing with this set, one thing became really clear is that this set, I feel like this set was trying to be the Blitzway Voltron, but at a fraction of the budget. You know, I feel like that's what this was trying to be. The Blitzway Voltron at a fraction of the budget. You know, they were trying to make something like really premium here, but they kind of missed the mark. And of course, a lot of that is due to the fact that it's done with not as high a budget. But decent for what it is. But let's get in depth here with all of our Zords. We'll take a look at them one at a time, so let's get down to it. And first we'll start off with the Pterodactyl, the Zord of the Pink Ranger, Miss Kimberly. And we'll get in close here so we can take a look at the details. Now we have the head. You can see the head has some pink in there, red for the eyes. And of course this makes up the Megazord's chest. You got some nice transparent plastic here with some silver behind it, which I do quite like. I think it looks very good. Got some blue and yellow there as well. You got the big old gun feet going on. The wings have some nice molded detail. And you have the other side here, which usually on the Pterodactyl, all this is just a whole lot of nothing. It's just hollow in here, so I'm glad that they actually added some detail here. I do quite appreciate that. Not here, though, but at least something here. Just, you know, they tried to give it a little more body, which I appreciate. Now, articulation-wise, the neck is on a hinge here, and the head is on a hinge there, so you just get that movement. The wings can move up and down, and that is pretty much it. Now, one cool thing that we can do with these is you can open up the head, and inside, let me turn on my light here, boop, there we go. Inside, you can actually see the Pink Ranger there in the cockpit. It's not painted, but still, nice that you have the Rangers in the Zords. So I think that's a neat little touch there. I do quite like that. And for comparison, here it is with the Legacy version of the Pterodactyl, so you can see how that works out. You get some bigger gun feet here with the ZAP version. You can see the differences there. And head sculpts, you got bigger wings, some more detailed wings. And as I said, there's actually something going on the backside here, whereas on the Legacy version, just a whole lot of nothing. There's some old detail, but there's no real body there. At least tried to add something to the ZAP version. That's nice coloration as well. And of course you have actual paint as opposed to the stickers, which is nice. But there you go. There you have the Pterodactyl. So moving on. And next up is the Triceratops, the Zord of the Blue Ranger Billy. And yeah, we're getting close here. Take a look at the details. You got the nice yellow, white, red for the eyes there. Horns are done in silver. Of course, you have the nice detailing here on the sides. The toesies done in silver as well. You got some nice molded detail up top. Tail done in silver. You got the treads there. The treads don't work. They don't have any wheels or anything. But some nice detailing down there as well. One thing I really like about the Triceratops is you can see it does expand. And for Megazord mode, all this collapses in like so. So I really like that. I really like that you can pull out these tread sections here, and it just gives the Triceratops a bit more body. I like that. I do quite like that. Now, articulation-wise, the head can move up and down, of course, due to combination. It can also move side to side as well. It can also rotate, so you get some, get some nice head movement there. You can also open and close the mouth, so you can, so you can do that. The tail can move as well as these guns back here can rotate. And that is pretty much it there. And of course we can open up the horn section here. And inside, and say the Blue Ranger in there. Again, not painted, but he's in there. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But there you have that. And for comparison, here it is with the Legacy version. As you can see, it is quite a bit larger than the Legacy version. And of course, you have the paint as opposed to the stickers. Of course, these have some die cast in them as well, which these have no die cast at all. But, oh no though. I think the ZAP version does look quite better. So there you have the Triceratops. So, moving on. And next up is the Saber-toothed tiger of the Yellow Ranger, Miss Trini. Rest in peace. But yeah, again, let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. Again, we got some nice paintwork going on there. Some nice molded detail as well. Red for the eyes. You got silver there for the teeth. Black for the snoot. And you get some nice molded detail in there. And all this is just molded in and painted. Looks quite nice in my opinion. And big old claws. Oh no, looks pretty good. Some nice molded detail there. Nice molded detail in there as well. You got some black. And there is the underside. Now articulation wise, the head can move up and down. You do have rotation. A little bit of up and down there. A little bit of side to side. Mouth can open and close, be like meow, meow. Can do all kinds of that. These can rotate up and down if you want them to. This whole front section here is on a ball joint, so you have wiggly waggly there. Again, that's to give the Megazord some ankle movement, but you can use it for posing, the saber-toothed tiger. Of course, it's not a lot of range of movement, but hey, it's there if you need it. Legs, front legs can move forward and back. You also have a hinge here that moves forward and back, and that's pretty much it. The hind legs can move back, can move forward. You also have a knee joint there that moves forward and back, and that's pretty much it there. And the tail can move up and down. So yeah, you actually get some articulation here with the saber-toothed tiger. And of course you can open up the noggin here. And inside you can see the Yellow Ranger in the cockpit, which is quite cool. So there you have that. And for comparison, here it is with the Legacy version that always looks like it's just a cat stretching. That's what it looks like when they stretch. But anyway, you can see here the differences between the two. Obviously, the ZAP version is much larger, has a bit more detail going on. Definitely some more articulation. There's actually some posability here that we can take advantage of, whereas on this version there really wasn't any. Just, cat stretching. So there you have the saber-toothed tiger. Moving on! Then next up is the mighty Mastodon, the Zord of the Black Ranger, Zach. And let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You can see the trunk and the tusks here, done in a nice silver. You got some nice molded detail there as well. Nice green for the eyes. You got some yellow, reds in there. And moving down the side, you got the yellow, red detailing. Again, lots of nice added detailing here, which I do quite like. The legs, which again, have some nice extra details molded in, which I do quite like. You got the Mastodon booty hanging out back there. But all in all, looks quite good. Now, articulation-wise, not a whole lot to speak of here. The trunk can rotate. It can do that. That's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Why not? You know, have it that way, have it that way, have it down. I don't know. Do what you want. The front legs can move. They're on a hinge. That's more for Megazord mode, but, you know, they can move forward if you want. The back legs don't do anything. They're just kind of locked in place, and that's pretty much it. But you can open up the forehead here, which can be kind of hard to do. Okay, come on. It's hard to get this one open. Come on! I got it open. There you can see the Black Ranger. Can you see him? Let's put a little bit more light. There he is. And you can see the Black Ranger in the cockpit there. Again, a nice little added detail, which I do quite appreciate. So there you have that. And for comparison, here it is with the Legacy version of the Mastodon. You can see they're pretty much the same size. The Legacy one might be like slightly taller, maybe. But you can see what's going on there as far as the turnaround. So yeah, in terms of, you know, the looks, as far as aesthetically, I am definitely preferring the ZAP version to the Legacy version. So there you have the Mastodon, and moving right along. Then lastly but not leastly, we have the Tyrannosaurus, the Zord of the Red Ranger, Jason. And let's get in close here so we can take a look not at that chest, but at the noggin. There's the Tyranno noggin. You can see some nice silver there and black. You got some nice detail in the eyes as well, which is quite nice. You get some silver detailing there. Chest. Got the yellow and red. Lots of silver going on. Your Tyranno hands, your Tyranno fingies. Oh, look at that. Got the green in there. Again, lots of silver. Got the yellow and red there on the hips. And the big old Tyranno feet. And the tail. You got the silver and black detailing going down the sides. You get some silver on the back as well. Overall, I think it looks quite good. Now, articulation-wise, the head can move up and down. If you move up, you can kind of, the Megazord just kind of peeks out at you. It's a little disturbing, but, you know, you can do that. Mouth can open and close. You can see the little cannons in there as well, although, again, the Megazord is just kind of peeking. That's a little disturbing. But hey, it is what it is. Little Tyranno arms. They can move outward a little bit. They can move up and down. You do also have an elbow joint in there, which is quite nice. So you do have waist rotation. Legs can move forward and back on a clickety-clackety ratchet joint there. You do have thigh rotation, outward movement. You can get out pretty far. The knees, there's this joint here. This is meant for the tank mode, and this joint, honestly, it annoys me. It annoys me so very much. I don't like this joint. I wish there was a way to lock this joint, but there isn't. But you do have a proper knee here that can bend. You can get a nice deep bend there. The feet can move up and down. Not down too much, but you can move up a lot. The tail, if you unclip it, you can have the tail move up and down if you needed to. And this back part, the very tip of the tail, can move downward. Again, that's more for Megazord mode, but hey, it moves if you want it to move for whatever reason. So, there you have your Tyrannosaurus, and for comparison, here it is with the Legacy version. And again, just from an overall detailing standpoint, from an overall, just aesthetics standpoint, I think the ZAP version looks way better. And granted, the Legacy version is just mirroring the original toy, whereas the ZAP version is trying to give them a more updated look. So there are two totally different goals here going on between the Legacy and the ZAP version. So there is the Tyrannosaurus, and that is pretty much it for the individual Zords, so let's get down to some combining. So the first thing we're going to do is the tank mode. Is there an official name for that? I always call it the tank mode. I don't know. I just call it the tank mode. But anyway, we're going to do the tank mode first. So to do that, we have to do a little bit of prep work here. So what we're going to do is we got to prep the Tyrannosaurus first. So what we're going to do here is you want to open up this panel. And that reveals a little post here. And to get this post out, you just want to bend the leg up. And you'll see this will end up going into this notch right up in here. And once you get to a certain point, it just kind of leaves the post behind. And then you have the room here to get under it and pull this out. Like so. Once you do that, you can close that up. And you are good to go. And the second verse, just like the first, just kind of open this up, and again, you just want to fold this leg. I've seen people complain about how hard it is to get this post out, and I think it's just a case of they're not bending the leg back enough to where, it comes all the way back, and then right there you have the clearance to get under it, and you can pull that out. It is a stiff joint, but totally not that much of a chore to get that post out. So once you do that, you're pretty much ready to go. And one thing we need to do is also we need to take the hips and we're going to shift them outward like that. Shift that outward like so, and you're good to go. So that's pretty much it there for the Triceratops. You're just going to take the tail, bring that down, and you're going to just collapse the sides in like so. And Triceratops will just plug in right there. And we're going to, oops, sorry. I'm sorry. Then Saber-toothed tiger, you just want to bring these up, bring the front legs forward, like so. Bring the hind legs in, tuck in like that, flip in the tail, and you're good to go there. And this will clip in to the other side, like so, and just try to get things kind of straightened out and lined up as best you can. And that is pretty much ready to go. You want to take the Mastodon, you want to decapitate them, rip the head off, like so. The head is going to clip in right here into the chest of the Tyrannosaurus. This is another thing I've seen people complain about, is that the Mastodon head doesn't stay in securely. It does, you just have to make sure you push it in all the way, because it does snap into place. So you just want to get in there and push it down until you hear a snap. Once you hear that snap, that's not falling out. So just make sure that is in all the way to where it snaps into place. You just bring those arms up, get them out of the way. And again, just kind of make sure, just play around with the joints just so you can get everything kind of situated the way it's supposed to be. And then we can take these panels here, these back panels that you need to pop out, like so. And put these off to the side. These actually don't have a place in the tank mode to go, so these do just get put off to the side, unfortunately. But then once you've done that, just open all this up. Open all this up. Bring up the shoulder pads here. Bring those forward. And this will all just come around. We know how this works. It's a Megazord. We know how this works. Bring those forward like so. Then you take these cannons here, and they will plug into the bottoms of the Mastodon's feet. So now he has great strength of feet. And then we take the Pterodactyl, and these two tabs right here are going to go into these two slots right here on the Mastodon's feet. So just push that in. This is another connection I've seen people complain about. It does go in. It's just a case of just making sure that everything plugs in nice and securely. Of course, now I say that, and of course now wants to give me problems. There we go. I found the sweet spot. I found it. There it is. But there you go. There you have the Megazord, the tank mode, as I call it anyway. You know, and it looks like the Megazord tank mode. You know, it does the job. It does the job. You know. And one major complaint I have about this Megazord is the leg joints. The leg joints just don't feel solid. Like, it always just... The leg joints just feel kind of gummy, and you just try to move things around, and it just doesn't feel, you know... From the waist down, just things don't feel as solid as they should. It's kind of a weird sentence, but we're going to go with it. But yeah, I just wish those leg joints just felt a bit more solid. They're just not as robust as I would like. It just feels kind of like gummy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just doesn't feel solid. But I mean, it gets to look across. Yeah, there's the Megazord tank, and here it is with the Legacy version in its tank mode. So you can see how that works out. So there you go. So that is it for the tank mode, so let's get down to Megazord mode, shall we? I tried. Oh, squeaky. It's squeaky. But anyway, we're going to start off by removing the cannons here, remove the Pterodactyl, remove the Mastodon head. So we will start off by, we'll just do the legs here, so let's raise up, let's rise. So we're just going to straighten the legs out here, bring up the heads here, bring these up as well, bring up the legs, bring up the Triceratops head, and we go. Straighten the legs out, and then shift the thighs back in, make sure the tail's out of the way, shift the thighs back in, and there we go. We now are standing vertical. You're going to take legs, flip them around to reveal the hands, then just reorient the fist there, rotate, and just rotate that fist around, bring that down. Make sure the T-Rex arms are just tucked up like so. You want to open up the chest here and bring down the T-Rex head, which exposes the Megazord head, and close that back up. Some things we have to do back here, we have to fold this down, and one cool thing is you can detach the tail section here. Just pop this out, you can just bring that up so it sits flush, and that will clip in right here. So it still maintains the look, but now does not hinder the articulation. That just snaps in right there like that. Again, try to get these legs straightened out. I don't like these leg joints. My main complaint with this is the leg joints. Don't like the leg joints. But anyway, bring in the Mastodon guns, and they're just going to plug in right back here. The Pterodactyl guns, rather. What did I say? I said Mastodon guns. They're Pterodactyl guns. They're going to plug into the Mastodon feet. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So there we go. Oh, these legs. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get things straightened out here with the legs, and it's just annoying me. Oh, it's annoying me so much. Anywho. Once you get that done, bring in the Pterodactyl, fold in the head. You just fold the wings in like so. They'll clip into the chest, as chests do, like that. Oops. Make sure that's clipped in all the way. There we go. Snap that into place. He's still not standing straight. I don't know why, but anyway, I hate the leg joints. I hate them so much. But you just bring the sides in like so. And there you go. Oh, actually, we're not going yet. We're not there we going yet, because we still have one more thing we have to do with the feet. So we have places for these panels here. These panels have little clip points right here, and they just end up closing up right there. And, oops, which way? Oh, this way, sorry. Make sure they're oriented properly, and they will sit like that. Then you have one for the saber-toothed tiger as well. That will just clip in right under there, like so. And there we go. Do I not have things? Oh, there we go. I didn't have the Triceratops clipped in all the way. That's why he was standing kind of lopsided. Make sure that's clipped in all the way. There we go. Now he's standing a bit straighter. There we go. That was my mistake. But I still don't like the leg joints. They're still very, very annoying. But there you go. There we have our ZAP Megazord in all of its glory. And it looks good. It looks real good. It looks premium. It just doesn't feel premium. That's the big thing with this Megazord. But it does look really good. I do quite dig it. But let's get in close here so we can take a look not at that mega crotch, but at that mega noggin. There's the mega noggin. You can see it is a nice looking Megazord head there. Let's bring those in. But yeah, oh no, that's pretty good. A little bit of a paint blemish right there, but oh no, not too bad. Not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. You get a lot of nice silver in there as well. I love the transparent plastic they used for the shoulder pieces here for Megazord mode. I think that looks fantastic. You get nice silver there for the arms. Yeah, all around. I mean, it looks great. You got some transparent red right here on the knee pieces. You got these panels, which I guess serve as more heel support, which I appreciate. But it looks really cool. I like the way the tail disconnects, so that way it frees up the waist joint, so nothing there is hindered. I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, overall, I think it looks good, but definitely not without its issues. Now, articulation-wise, the head, the neck is on a ball joint. So you do have wiggly waggly. You can look up a bit, look down. Head can rotate. Can it do a full 360? Not really, but you can get a pretty good turn there. And arms can rotate. It's on a soft ratchet. Can move in and out. Like so. You do have bicep rotation. You do have an elbow joint. You get 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. You also have a forearm rotational joint, which is nice. You have wrist rotation. The wrists are on the ball joint, so you get some wiggly waggly as well. You do have waist rotation. You do get a little bit of an ab crunch, and this part here of the chest plate will actually bend forward, so you can use that ab crunch, which is quite nice. Now getting down to the leg joints, which I don't like. Again, everything from the waist down I'm not a fan of. Legs, can't move forward that far. And again, things just don't feel solid here. Back, you don't get much. Outward, you get a couple clicks. You get thigh rotation. You do have a knee joint here. And again, this... oh, that annoys me. That annoys me so much. Knee joint, you get 90 degrees of bend here at the knee. You can do that, which is weird, but it's just... what this needed a locking point. We needed a clip right here to lock this in place. Because when you're trying to pose him, this joint is just all kinds of annoyance. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. There needed to be a clip there to hold that in place, so that way you can pose the leg and not have all that extra junk moving. But it is what it is. As far as, what did I say? Thigh rotation, the knees, the weird joint, which I hate. The feet can move up and down. You do get some tiltage there. You get a little bit more tiltage with the Saber-toothed tiger, as well as up and down, but not a whole lot. But still, more posable than most Megazords we've ever gotten. And of course, we can arm the Megazord up. We can use the Mastodon as a shield. Just flip out this post here that plugs right into the hand, like so. You can rotate that down if you want to. And you also get the sword, which looks quite nice. You can see done in a nice silver chrome. Get some gold chrome in there as well. The handle painted in black. Looks quite nice. And we can just plug that into the hand like so. And have that going on. And again, the stupid... I hate that joint so much. I hate it so much. But there you go. There you have the Megazord with its weaponry. And that looks quite awesome. You also get a replacement left hand here, just a splayed open left hand. And all you do is just pop this off the ball joints and pop that on like so. You can get some cool little stop in the name of love poses right there. And for comparison, here it is with the Legacy Megazord. So you can see how that works out. So there you have that. And the last thing you get with this set are some tiny little standalone Ranger figures. And here they are. We'll take a look first at the pink Rangers. You can see they don't have any paint on them, just molded in their respective colors. But there you have pink, and they're all just in their roll call poses. And there you have yellow, followed up by red, and then you have blue. Again, they're tiny little pieces here. And lastly but not leastly, we have black. Again, they're small, no paint on them, but hey, they're a nice little added piece if you want them there with your Megazord. You can see just how tiny they are with the Megazord. So it gives you a good sense of scale also. So, you know, they make for a display if you want to use them. I always appreciate the option because you know what options are? They're good. And a couple more things we can do up top here. We can use this hinge here on the Mastodon legs and bring the cannons up over the shoulders, which I think is pretty cool. And last thing we can do is we can bring these back and we can rip off the Megazord's face. That's right. Give me your face. We have to rip his face off. And when you do that, you can see the Rangers there in the cockpit. It's just like a tamper-graphed little deal in there. But you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, there you go. So there you have the ZAP Megazord. And yeah, this thing is a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag. You know, like I said at the top of the review, it seems like this was trying to be, you know, the Blitzwave Voltron with a fraction of the budget. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. The individual Zords look good. The Megazord looks great. It looks premium, it just doesn't feel premium. My biggest gripe are the legs. I hate the leg joints for the Megazord mode. The joints just feel gummy, they don't feel solid. You have that extra joint there that's for the tank mode that needed to lock in. My god, that joint needed a lock. So trying to pose him can get really annoying when you want joints to move, but then joints that you don't want to move are moving too. It's just that needed a lock. So aesthetically, it looks great, but functionality-wise, there's definitely room for improvement. I love how posable it is. I mean, it's a nice, really posable Megazord, so I definitely appreciate that. So yeah, it excels in some places, but fails in others. It's a mixed bag, but there you go. Now, if you would like this or any other Lightning Collection figures, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my Power Rangers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the Zord Ascension Project, Dino Megazord. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud. Palm in your face.